Hi, I'm Chandler. There are about a million ways to do advertising the right way. But today, we're going to talk to an expert and find out what the best campaigns really have in common. What's the secret sauce? This is Bizzy Lab. So today we have Chris Greta with us. He's an industry expert. He has a ton of experience in advertising. Please just take it away. Tell us what the best way to advertise is. How are we going to make our careers in advertising?
All right. So I wrote an article the other day called FUD versus the piano, and I'll explain what FUD is, and then I'll explain why it's versus the piano and why the piano won. So I've done a lot of business-to-business marketing, and a lot of people naturally assume that the only way they're going to sell their product is to scare the hell out of people into buying it. And there are times when that works. I mean, it certainly works for some situations, but it really doesn't work to get people to care about your product. So, for instance, recently I was working with a company, and they were selling marketing services to a medical industry, and the people who are buying the services don't really know squat about marketing. So there was a big push to use FUD, which stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. To use fear to try and motivate people to care about hiring them, and it just didn't work. A big piece of that process is if I'm using fear to get you to care about what I'm selling, you're probably not going to really want to listen. If I'm good at giving you a fearful message, that's going to leave a negative impression in your mind. And I kept seeing this over and over again. And I've been doing this stuff for 30 years. I've seen a lot of clients really kind of push towards the whole FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt thing. And I've just never seen it work all that well.
Why do you think people push so hard for FUD?
It's a natural conclusion, and I understand it. They've developed their product, their service, whatever they have, to be able to solve a problem. But if all you do is focus on that problem, you're not going to leave a positive impression with your audience. So I'm going to tell you about the piano. There was a guy named John Caples. He created an ad back in the mid-20s to sell mail order piano lessons. And what he was selling was a big pile of papers that taught you the basics on how to play a piano. But to be able to sell somebody a big 3-inch stack of papers, and say, look, I'm going to send you 5 pounds of paper that's going to teach you how to play a piano. Nobody's going to do that.
$20 for shipping.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And this is back in the 20s, so there was no internet. There was none of this. This was mail order. We're going to send you this stuff. You're going to spend the next 5 years learning how to play a piano. That's not going to work. But the headline he had an illustration, a beautiful illustration of a bunch of people sitting around a parlor, and there's a stand-up piano there, and there's a guy just going to sit at the piano, and everybody's kind of looking at each other, and they're kind of wondering what's going on here. And the headline was, they laughed when I sat down at the piano until I started to play. And what he did, which was brilliant, he didn't sell piano lessons, he didn't sell pianos, he sold the fact that people are going to love it when you come over and play your piano.
Something you wrote really stuck with me, and it was help your prospects dream. And dream and prospects, to me, don't go together. That doesn't sound like something that naturally happens. You're not as close to a prospect as to dream with them, but that's the reason it stuck with me. So could you elaborate on how you kind of start that process and some examples of what you look for and how you get there to an image of a prospect's dream? How do you identify what that might look like?
It boils down to one word, and that's empathy. If you're going to be successful in advertising, you have to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes and get into their heads and see the world through their eyes, the whole walk a mile in my shoes thing. And not everybody's capable of having that. I mean, that's why not everybody's in this business, and that's why if you're going to be successful doing this, you've got to be able to do that. And if you can't do it, then you need to get into another business.
So, Chris, where can we learn more about you?
ChrisGreta.com, but nobody can spell that, so look for the 24hourbrand.com.
All right, so the 24-hour brand. I certainly learned a lot. We hope you did too. Empathy, sell your ideas. Oh darn. Go for it. Make it up.
Yeah. Be quick on your feet.
Be quick on your feet. Improv, yeah. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Give us a like, subscribe, and for more business tips, come back and see us in the Bizzy Lab next time.